Analytics. You've heard lots about analytics and big data. I just want to take you through two other examples that you may not have thought of that are certainly going to have a big impact. The first one is thinking about customer profitability. In this case, we're looking at the life cycle over an entire period of a customer. And accounting processes simply do not identify the numbers that are required to measure customer profitability, cost of customer acquisition. Sometimes churn's okay, but typically they're not looking at the total life cycle. I mean, in this case, we happen to have a net zero cash flow. Taking into account the time value of money, then this customer would have been unprofitable. The ability to handle basically data turned into a dust, billions of pieces of information, because accounting systems traditionally are looking to outside tax, stock market, and they're aggregated. You could call them small data, whereas the big data relates to every minute of every resource that your firm has, whether it be machinery or people, and every dollar that is spent. And if they could be tracked at that granular level, thinking about accounting systems as big data, it opens up that revolution. And big data analytics go hand in hand in glove with cloud computing, the ability to scale up. You don't do this every day. You don't decide to process something like this every day. You just do it when you need to. Once again, you're only paying for the usage, and the massive amounts of data don't make any sense to keep in anything other than cloud computing. Another example is Monte Carlo simulation. So Monte Carlo simulation is the gold standard for considering future uncertainty, and it relates to making assessments of probability distributions of important things that go on to make up your firm, and then you end up with an overall distribution, if that's what we're looking for, and that might be the probability of running out of cash, which, by the way, occupies the mind of CFOs and CEOs all the time. The ability to have firms of all sizes access to computing power that Wall Street and oil discovery companies have been doing for years and years, down into smaller firms, the ability to do this kind of insight into what might happen in the future combines to what we already know as analytics, which is typically what happened, what went before us. And this is giving us a chance to think more carefully about predictive analytics, what is likely to happen in the future. And then those incredible amounts of compute power and cloud computing enable us to move to another level, which is prescriptive analytics. In other words, given what we know what happened, and given what we think might happen in the future, what should we do? What specific actions should we take? And all of these skills are rapidly being taken up by firms of larger, but certainly down to the small size, because of the cultural adoption of data-driven decision-making. And as that culture comes back into, and it was around many years ago, but it's coming back very strongly, it makes all of these skills and capabilities much more important to running the firm and remaining competitive.